If you're spending Valentine's Day alone this year, I actually think that might be your biggest power because the most important relationship of your life isn't the one you have with someone else, it's the one you have with yourself. Hi everyone and welcome back to my cute little channel, it's Albaneraa. I know Valentine's Day is usually about couples and romantic love, but I truly believe it can also be a day to celebrate yourself, to celebrate your growth, your healing, your standards, your relationship with yourself. And that's why I wanted to do this video. Another thing, my bookmarks are still on Etsy and they are still available. I am preparing a new set, I'm so excited about it. But today's video, it's about you. These are 5 books that generally change how I see myself, dating, confidence, and my future. And honestly, I wish I had seen a video like this a few years ago. All of these books are written by women, and I love that. I love women supporting women, inspiring each other, and sharing knowledge with each other. Because sometimes one sentence, one chapter, one mindset shift can change everything. So think of this video as my Valentine's gift to any woman who is choosing herself this year. Let me introduce you the books first, so you can understand the journey we are going through together in this video. Confidence is about building confidence and really become secure in who you are. Manifest is about vision, self-worth, and understanding what you truly deserve in your life. Why Men Love Bitches is about boundaries, standards, and dating without losing yourself. Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers is about building a relationship with yourself and learning how to love your own presence. The last one is the Let Them Theory. The Let Them Theory is about letting go of control and understanding that you can't control other people, only yourself. And now let's start going deep with these books. The first book is Confidence by Roxy Nafouzi. My favorite quote about this book is, "True confidence begins the moment you stop trying to be someone else and start embracing who you really are." This quote is such a beautiful way to start because becoming her doesn't mean becoming a different person. It means becoming who you really are. I actually bought this book in a period of my life when I was trying to build my confidence back. I didn't feel very pretty, I didn't feel very secure in myself, and I really needed something that could help me reconnect with that part of me. Because there was a time when I was living in Milan where I felt very different. Because when I was living in Milan, I felt confident, I felt secure. I was always doing things, going to events, growing, and I really loved that energy for myself. But when I've moved back to Sardinia, I started feeling very different, and I kept asking myself, why do I feel so different if I am the same person? And at some point I realized something important. I was putting my value in the place where I was living instead of myself. And that's when I understood that I needed to give that energy back to myself, not search for it outside of me. So I searched for a book that could help me rebuild my confidence from the inside. I mean, right now, my confidence is back and I'm feeling myself. What I really love about this book is that it explains confidence in a very realistic and gentle way. It's not about being loud or perfect. It's about trusting yourself, knowing your worth, and building a healthier relationship with yourself, step by step. This book is structured around 8 steps, and I really like this because it makes everything feel practical and possible. She talks about mastering your thoughts, acting with intention, stopping the need to be liked by everyone, and breaking free from comparison, which I think is something so many women struggle with. There are also chapters about celebrating yourself, doing things that scare you, being of service to others, and learning how to show up as your best self. And what I personally love about this book is that reminds you that confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build slowly, gently, by changing the way you speak to yourself and the way you see yourself. I really think this is one of the most important foundations if you want to love yourself and become the woman you want to be. The second book is Manifest, also by Roxy Nafusi. My favorite quote about this book is, "You manifest what you believe you are worthy of receiving." This book is actually very special to me because I read it during a period of my life when I felt really lost about my future. I was graduating for university. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I was looking for something that could help me understand better and feel more in control of my life. And this book really helped me change the way I think about goals, confidence, and direction. What I love about Manifest is that it doesn't talk about manifestation in a superficial way. It's not about wishing for things. It's about becoming the kind of person who believes she deserves those things. Inside the book, she talks about things like getting clear on what you really want, understanding your limit beliefs, building self-worth, stepping outside your comfort zone, and learning how your habits and mindsets shape your reality. It's very practical but also very reflective, and I think it really helps you feel more empowered and more intentional about life. And I think this book is beautiful for any woman who is in a moment of transition or trying to figure out who she wants to become, because it reminds you that your life doesn't change all at once. It changes when you start believing that you are worthy of more. The third book is Why Men Love Bitches. My favorite quote about this book is, "He'll forget what he has in you unless you remind him." I know the title sounds a little shocking or funny, but the message of this book is actually very powerful. I decided to read this book because I was curious to understand men better. I've always felt that men and women often approach dating in a very different ways, and I wanted to understand those differences more clearly. What I really like about this book is that it talks a lot about self-respect and boundaries. It explains that sometimes women give too much, too fast, and they lose themselves in the process. And I think many of us have seen this happen or experienced it personally. One thing this book really helped me understand is how important it is to be present and conscious when you are dating, not asking yourself, "Does he like me?" but asking, "Do I like him? Is this person right for me?" Because sometimes it's easy to get caught in fantasy or idealization instead of seeing the reality of who someone really is. The book is also written with a lot of humor, which makes it very easy and funny to read. But behind the humor, there is a very clear message. Women have power, but often they give that power away by overgiving, overweighting, or accepting less than they deserve. And I've been there too. I think the most important thing this book teaches is that you should never lose yourself in order to keep someone. The right person will respect you, value you, and treat you well, because you deserve that. So I think it's an interesting book for any woman who wants to date in a more conscious, grounded, and self-respecting way. The first book is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. My favorite quote about this book is, "Let them wasn't about giving in. It was about releasing myself from the control I never had in the first place." I started reading this book when I was traveling, and I remember it so clearly because I was in Edinburgh in Portobello, sitting in a beautiful cafe in front of the beach, and it was such a magical moment. And I think I always associate this book with that feeling of calm and clarity. What I really love about this book is that it gives you a very simple but powerful idea. Sometimes you just have to let people be who they are. You can't control how other people behave, you can't control what they think of you, and you can control their choices. You can only control yourself, your reactions, and the way you choose to live your life. And when you really understand this, sometimes inside you relaxes. You stop stressing so much, you stop overthinking every little thing, and you start focusing more on your own life instead of everyone else's opinions. Inside the book, she talks about things like letting go of the need to control other people, not taking everything personally, focusing your energy on what you can actually change, and creating more peace in your daily life. And what I personally love about books like this is when they give you a new mental insight. Something simple but powerful that changes the way you see situations. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about reading, when one idea can make your life feel lighter. And I think this book is really important for any woman who feels overwhelmed by other people's expectations or opinions, because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply let them and then come back to yourself. Now we have the last book. The last book is Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers by Tam Kerr. This is actually the limited edition. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. My favorite quote about this book is, "After mastering a mindset of self-love, Valentine's Day felt like another birthday to me. This day became a celebration of the courage I had for starting a relationship with myself." I think this book is a perfect way to close this video, because Valentine's Day doesn't have to be only about romantic love. It can also be about the relationship you have with yourself. I really love Tam Kerr. Honestly, I love her videos, I love her journals, I love everything about her. The way she speaks feels always so calm and comforting to me. And this book has the same energy. It really feels like a hug, like someone reminds you to slow down and be gentle with yourself. What I also love is seeing women inspire each other. Tam talks about ideas from other books I choose for this video, like Manifest and Confidence about Roxy, and I love that sense of connection, because in the end we are all learning from each other and growing together, and I think that's something really beautiful. The book is divided into 3 parts, and I think this structure is so beautiful because it really feels like a journey. The first part is understanding, and this is where you start becoming aware of yourself, your patterns, your beliefs, the way you talk to yourself, the way you look for love outside instead of inside. The second part is healing, and this is the deeper part, where she talks about letting go of things that don't align with you anymore. People, habits, old versions of yourself. It's about creating the space for the life you actually want and for the person you're becoming. And the third part is reawakening. And this is my favorite idea, because it's not about becoming someone new. It's about coming back to yourself. It's about rebuilding your relationship with yourself and starting to live in a way that really aligns with who you are. One thing that really stayed with me is that Tam talks about spending a long period of time focusing on herself instead of dating, really learning how to be alone and to build a relationship with herself first. And I think that's powerful, because so many of us are scared to be alone. But Being alone is sometimes where you actually meet yourself. She also talks about love languages, which I love because mine has always been quality time, and it made me realize how important it is to give that time to myself too. You have to treat yourself the way you want to be treated because people learn how to love you by watching how you love yourself. That's why this book is perfect for Valentine's Day because it reminds you that the first relationship of your life is the one you have with yourself. If there's one thing I learned from all these books is that confidence, self-love, boundaries, and vision, they're not things that someone gives to you. They're things you build slowly with time and with patience. And I really hope that this video can help even just one woman to choose herself a little more because I knew how much I needed this kind of message a few years ago. If you have any book that changed your mindset, you can tell me in the comments, we can chat about it. I always love discovering new books and I really hope you the best Valentine's Day. Thank you for being here, really. I'll see you in the next video. Kisses, Alba.